Gabrielle Union was a judge on America's Got Talent. Now, that is the show that people go on, they do all these little, singing, acting, whatever they're doing, and hopefully they can win the program. Now, if you remember, Nick Cannon was the host of that show for a long time, and then there was some drama with NBC and Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon walked away from that show like a boss, and he walked away with all the power in his hand, and it didn't mess up Nick Cannon's bag at all. He was replaced by Terry Crews, and then after Terry Crews came in, he was just doing like the little side things. Tyra Banks that came in as well. Well, you have Gabrielle Union, and she was pointing out some things that was going on the show that just was not right. And it was several things that she pointed out. She was told that she was changing different wardrobes, etc., in her hair. One time she was told her hair was too black to be on TV. Listen to that. To be told your hair is too black to be on TV. I mean, I'm not a black woman, and I can never understand what they go through with their hair, because, I mean, look at how I keep my hair. Their brothers that grow their hair out, they have locks, and sometimes they have afros, etc., and they go through it as well. So to be told your hair is too black, I'm like, duh, I'm black. What you mean that my hair is too black? What you mean, you want my hair to look white? Is that what you're saying? I'm not a white person. I don't have that type of hair. Sorry. I'm part of the original man and woman of the earth. My hair comes from that. It don't come from where your hair comes from. Then on top of that, Gabrielle Union had a contestant that was imitating Beyonce and painted their hands black. And they say, well, wait a minute. This contestant shouldn't be up here, due to this racial insensitivity, what she told executive producers, and they got upset with her for saying anything about it. This white male contestant knew better than that, but yet he still chose to try to do this anyway, and the producers was mad, but then later they went ahead and took it out. She was right with the situation. Then she expressed concerns about Jay Leno, how he made a joke about Koreans in a racist manner. So she told Simon Cowell about it, and he was basically telling her, you're becoming too much of a problem. You're complaining too much. We don't like all that. He's smoking inside the building, which is against the law, and yet he's doing it anyway. So she's calling these problems out for what they are, and she's right to call the problems out. And she was ultimately fired by NBC. Now, NBC has a history of letting go black people like Steve Harvey. He'll have his show on NBC. He had more than one on NBC. You see Gabrielle Union. She was let go anytime someone calls somebody out. You got the Comcast situation right now in the Supreme Court with the Byron Allen case. We're talking about representation because NBC Comcast is the same company. So that doesn't really shock us on any of that. This is why, as African Americans, we need to do our own things. We need to create our own shows. We need to pool our resources together so we can have entertainment that we can present and enjoy, etc. So we won't have to go beg for jobs. I'm a firm believer of doing for self and being on our own, because I am grateful for the internet, because I wouldn't have a show if I had to go beg these people to let me on TV. Or I would have to be around here bucking my eyes and smiling, grinning on my teeth all the time just to get something going on. I don't have to do that. That's the beauty of the internet now. We can create our own websites. We can have our own production companies, our own everything that we want to now. So, I mean, the sky's the limit now for us. The HR department, she talked to him about it, but she still was fired anyway. She got her lawyer. She's speaking out about it, and rightfully so. Sue NBC. Sue them, because they have a history of doing these things to African American people. This is a new day. And I'm a firm believer of telling African American people, no matter if you're a celebrity or not, to don't let no one railroad you, treat you any kind of way. We're not, back in the civil rights movement, well, we're going to say we're going to take that mess. No, they have done the work so we can be in a position so we can do a lot more. So let's take up that mantle and do more. NBC needs to be sued. She needs to get her money and get her check. And really, with all this racial discrimination, they're going to settle. They're going to settle. They're not going to go to court on that. A lot of people was proud of Gabrielle Union for taking a stand for people that's dealing with racism. You get what I'm saying? And we expect our celebrities to do that. To say, hey, you're in those spaces, call that mess out. Don't let that mess go on. Don't let no one talk crap about, you or treat you bad because you're a black person. Forget that. Treat you with dignity and respect, and treat everyone with dignity and respect. That's it. And if you're not going to do that, call it out. So I always knew that Simon Cowell was a weasel. He's a freaking weasel. I knew it. He's a prick. Like who is Simon Cowell to be judging anybody's talent? Who he's supposed to be? I mean, nothing about him exudes like, oh, he just know what he's talking about. He don't know crap. And yeah, you give him all these shows, but I can go that route about these folks and their media outlets. But shout out to Gabrielle Union for what she done. But leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you think about Gabrielle Union. I know some of you may think about Gabrielle Union's personal life with that son of hers. I'm not getting involved with that. That's a different video for a different day, because some of you may bring that up. And I totally disagree on some things that they're doing with their son. But like I said, that's another video, another time. When it comes to this situation, I support her 100%. We're taking a stand.